right, some pregame thoughts here. Game 2, NLDS, Padres, and the Dodgers. A little bit after 5 o'clock is going to be the first pitch on FS1. Same broadcast booth, obviously. It's on 97.3, The Fan, as always, on the radio side. But yeah, the pitching matchup tonight. Jack Flaherty going for the Dodgers, Darvish going for the Padres. And this is a really interesting matchup for me because I wonder how long Jack Flaherty is going to go. He is probably the Dodgers' ace. I know they went with Yamamoto in game 1, but Flaherty has pitched in the playoffs before. He has faced the Padres in the playoffs before, actually, when he was back with the Cardinals. I know that was years ago, but it still happened. And Yamamoto, his first time, he wasn't going to go, at least for me, going into that game, I was not expecting Yamamoto to go long. With Jack Flaherty, I think there's more of a chance that he goes 6 innings tonight, but he's not going 7. And if I had to bet how many innings he goes, I would say between 5 and 6. I would say actually probably between 4 and 6 because there's that day off tomorrow. And for the most part, other than Blake Trinan, the Dodgers bullpen is good to go with guys going back-to-back days. We could say the same thing about the Padres too, but with the Dodgers, they have an opportunity, and Dave Roberts knows that this is a big opportunity to get 2-0 up on our Padres. And if he can take that, he's going to take it because in 2022, they went back to Petco, tied at 1. And that's where the series flips. If the Padres win today, the Dodgers don't have the advantage. The Padres have the advantage because they have 2 home games while the Dodgers only have 1 left. I know the Dodgers would have game 5, but the Padres would have the pitching matchup advantage for game 3 with Michael King on the mound. And then who knows what happens for game 4. And so if you let the Padres win today and then they win game 3 and now you're up, it's like 2022. They go into game 4 with the opportunity to not even have this series go back up to 5 and back into Dodger Stadium for a game 5. So this is a huge game for not just the Padres, obviously, because we can't go down 0-2 and expect that we're going to go win 3 games in a row. The Padres players would say, like, the series obviously isn't over. And I won't say the series is over, but I would say it's going to be a very hard path to go win this series. The Padres obviously would look at it as it's 1 game, go win 1 game. And then you can worry about the next game if that comes to that point. But you don't think of it as, okay, we got to win 3 games in a row. That's obviously something that we can talk about tonight if that ends up happening, which obviously we hope it doesn't happen and the Padres tie this series up. With Darvish on the mound, he's actually pitched pretty well. I think he has a sub-3 ERA against the Dodgers. So that is a good thing that I had some relief when I saw that on social media earlier this morning. And I wonder what he's going to be doing against Shohei Ohtani because Ohtani obviously knows him well, and we know Ohtani studies, and he's a great mind of the game and all that. Like, I assume that he knows everything about Darvish. He's someone that he looked up to, right? And Darvish is a legend in Japan. And so I would think that Ohtani may not be at as big of a disadvantage as maybe in another matchup because he knows so much about Darvish. But Darvish obviously knows a lot about Ohtani as well. And Darvish, he has that many pitches that he has, right? Double-digit pitches. So I wonder how he's going to attack Ohtani. And I don't want to make this just about the top of the order and who do you attack? How do you attack those guys? Because last night, I know the Padres, like I said, they made some mistakes. But last night, a lot of it, let's be honest, was the bottom of the order came through for the Dodgers, whether that be Gavin Lux, someone like that. They came through. The Padres, bottom of the order, wasn't able to do that. And you see the change in the Padres lineup tonight. They go with David Peralta DHing. They go with Arise at first because they wanted to take Solano out of the lineup. He could maybe pinch hit in a situation. But they wanted Peralta's bat in there. Solano, I think, had 1 hit so far in the postseason. I know Crony has none, but we know Crony's not coming out of this lineup because of what he brings defensively and his value. They're not going to put Tyler Wade. They're not going to put him in there and have Crony sit on the bench. That's just not going to happen. And it is the Dodgers. Again, I'm not going to sit here and count out Crony. With this matchup against Jack Flaherty, I wouldn't be surprised if Crony, ends up having that big hit like Bogey. Bogey finally came through yesterday with a big hit and made 5-3 at the time. What's Crony going to do? I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up with a hit like that. Padres bullpen situation, it's in a good spot. No one threw more than 20 pitches yesterday. Jason Adam threw 19. He's the Padres' best reliever, in my opinion. Robert Suarez, he is fresh, and so he is going to pitch today. Just don't know when. I would be really surprised if he doesn't pitch. And I wonder if they're going to use Alec Jacob in a specific matchup tonight. That's something that I'm going to be looking at. When are they going to use Morahone? When are they going to go use Tanner Scott? Are they going to wait towards this till the 7th, 8th inning, 9th inning? Or are they going to go like that wild card game? I think it was the second wild card game where they used Tanner Scott pretty early. They didn't wait. They were like, nope, this is where the save is. Matt Olson's up at the plate. We're going to go get him. So when is it? Maybe if Shohei's up in the 5th inning, do you have Scott get that? And then hopefully he gets Shohei and he pitches the rest of the 6th. I wonder when that's going to be. That's interesting to me, something to look at. And then lineups. Let's get to the lineups. Arise obviously leading off, playing first base. Then Tatis is in right, Profar's in left, Manny's at third, Merrill in center, Bogart's at short, Crony at second. Like I mentioned, Peralta is DHing, and then Higgy is catching. And then on the Dodgers side, Ohtani, he is DHing. Betts is in right. Freddie Freeman, he is back in there. And for me, I think we got to treat Freddie Freeman as just another guy. Not saying like pitch around him. I'm saying health-wise, pitch him like, or treat him, not pitch him, treat him like another guy. Be focused on him if he's at first base. Don't just, and I'm not mad at what happened last night, because what was happening last night going in, the Dodgers were making it seem like we don't know if Freddie Freeman's going to play. And yeah, he didn't look very, very great with that ankle. He was able to steal that base because the Padres weren't paying attention to him. But my point is the Padres, they need to pay attention to him tonight. So he's in there again at first. Teoscar Hernandez, and then Max Muncy, Will Smith, Gavin Lux, Tommy Edman, and then Miguel Rojas. So I believe these are the same guys that were in the Dodgers lineup yesterday. And then the Padres, the only change there is they have Arise. He's at first, no Solano, and David Peralta takes that spot. And I'm good with that. Jack Flaherty, he's a righty. You get a lefty bat in there with David Peralta. Solano, an option off the bench if the Dodgers want to throw a lefty out there late, or maybe not even late, but at some point, middle of the game, 5th inning or something. So I don't think that's the worst thing. That's where this Padres depth comes into play. And then if it's a close situation, Tyler Wade, Brendan Lockridge, one of them, if not both, are probably going to come into this game. And if Arise gets on, you could see Lockridge pinch run or Wade pinch run with Tatis coming up next, and then try to get that guy in scoring position, and then you can have Solano just replace Arise in the lineup, and he can go play first base. So I like that situation there for the Padres. Is this career match? Yeah, I believe this is career matchups. Yeah, or maybe it's postseason. Is it all-time postseason? I would think that, yeah, the Dodgers, they've faced Darvish already, so this isn't totally accurate, I don't think. Freddie Freeman's had more than 3 total at-bats off of Darvish, I assume. Maybe this season? Because Darvish, I'll look this up right now. Darvish against the Dodgers. I know he pitched against the Dodgers this year. Let's see. Yeah. So first start of the year, he faced him 3 2/3 innings, no runs. That was back in Korea. April 14th, 5 innings, 3 earned runs. May 12th, he went 7 shutout innings against the Dodgers at home. Remember, because I think there's some fans that are a little bit worried about Darvish coming off that last outing, but he settled down after the early innings, and he was the Padres' best starting pitcher and was one of the best starting pitchers in baseball earlier this season. And he went a month? He went 4 consecutive starts without allowing a run. I remember that. It was like 26 innings or something where he didn't allow a run, like 26, 27, something like that, consecutive shutout innings. So he's done that. And it was against the Braves, back-to-back outings. Dodgers, Braves, 7 innings, no runs against the Dodgers May 12th, May 19th against the Braves, 7 innings, no runs. Now, then he sucked up against the Yankees. So, that's kind of what could happen against the Dodgers here if he's not careful and leaves a lot of pitches over the plate and just doesn't have it. But if we want to look glass half full here, he can deliver a strong outing. But I'm not expecting him to go 6 innings tonight, either starter, to go full 6 innings. I think that both managers, they're going to play this pretty aggressive here because it's a swing game. It is a huge game in this series. A best of 5 game 2 is always a big series. This Mets-Phillies game has been obviously close, and that's obviously been a big series. The Phillies just took the lead again. Wow. Okay. So the Phillies are up 6-4 against the Mets late now. And that's a swing game, excuse me. Because if the Phillies win that, now I know the Mets go back home, but the Phillies, I think, are the better team, and they go 1-1, it turns into a best of 3. That could get interesting. So same thing here with this Padres-Dodgers game in game 2 tonight. By the way, I'm going to have a post-game live show like I did last night, so come here to the YouTube channel after the game, hopefully 10 or so minutes after the game. Should be pretty quick after the game. And then I plan on putting some clips out as well. And yeah, I'm going to go to the chat here real quick just to see how some Padres fans are feeling. Dino says he wants me to guarantee the Padres win because he wants me to jinx it because I think he's a Dodger fan. Okay. Yeah, no, not going to do that. It does feel like must win, though, because I know we have King game 3 and they can win that, and then it's 2-1. But you get down 2-0, then you have no room for error. You have to win every game, and that's tough to do against the Dodgers. The Padres, they won the season series, and they won series against the Dodgers this year, but winning 3 straight, that would be tough. Yeah, Peralta again over Solano. Jason says Jake drew a key walk in the 8th last night to load the bases. It's a start. That is a start. And that could be his contribution, where he draws a walk, he competes, draws a walk, next guy does damage. And maybe there's 2 outs in the inning. And if without that, who knows what would have happened in that game. So we could see that tonight. Let's see here. Peralta random homer coming during the series. Hopefully it's not a random homer. Hopefully it's a big homer. And we could see that choo-choo going around the bases. Remember, he's a former Dodger. Let's remember that. Yes, Darvish is the Padres' best option tonight, starting pitching-wise. Yep. I got my I Love You Darvish shirt on, obviously, from Breaking Tea. Got to sport that today. All right, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen tonight. Should be a fun one. First pitch, 5:03, FS1, Padres, Dodgers, Flaherty, Darvish. And I'll be here live on YouTube after the game. See you, everybody.